Man, pursuing greatness just feels impossible sometimes, doesn't it? Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Toxic, and welcome back to Toxic TV. Today I want to talk about some of the struggles of succeeding that don't get talked about a whole lot. I have succeeded before on YouTube, and I'm currently in that phase where I'm transitioning to something else, and boy, logically, I am just not sure about it. Or I should say, more emotionally, I'm not sure about it. Because on a logical level, I understand what I'm doing is a really good idea, and I understand that a lot of the things that I have in the pipeline are absolute bangers, but there's always this little feeling that eats at me, that worry that I'm not gonna succeed. I'm sure some of you guys have felt this if you're pursuing pretty much anything, and I decided today that I'd talk a little bit about how I grapple with that, so I don't have an insane amount of support behind me on what I'm doing and what I'm aiming for. A lot of people in my life were raised a certain way, they did certain things growing up, and that's how things are. It's wonderful that I've gotten this far and that I've done the things that I've done, but family members of mine have talked about going and getting a job, and that just pisses me off so much. I understand on a logical level that it's like, oh, well, of course they're gonna say that. You know, they have this one view of the world, and they don't really know what's going on outside of that. And a lot of what I do is outside of that. But also when you're pursuing something with your whole heart like I am YouTube, it kind of becomes who you are and it becomes all-consuming. So for someone to just tell you to hang it up and go and get a job feels like an insult to everything that makes you you. It's like I was put on this earth and I got pretty damn good at one thing, and the fact that I'm on occasion being told to hang it up is a big no-no for me. When you're doing something with this insane intensity like I am, to the point where I don't even have a job, I quit school, everything, no backup plans, most people in your life are going to be looking at you like you're a little crazy, and they're going to try and get you to do what they want rather than what you want, which is really dumb, because if they really cared, then they would want you to do what you want. The general way that I think of this is, at least for me, a lot of the people around me that say these things and bring this stuff up have done absolutely nothing with their lives. I don't mean to knock them at all, and there's nothing wrong with living a completely normal life. But when you're living this extraordinarily normal life with a normal job, but you want more, and you actively talk every year about how you're gonna reach for more and do more, but you end up not doing it, why are you giving me shit for reaching for it? It's like, why would I take advice from someone who, in my eyes, is just not reaching for the same heights that I am? I don't expect them to understand. There's this brilliant quote by Friedrich Nietzsche. I don't actually know how to pronounce his name. I'm gonna have to look that up later. But I have this quote put on my desktop, so whenever I power up my computer, I see it. It says, "The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly." So it's like, if people are coming in and really trying to commentate on what you're doing and trying to give their opinions, why in the world would you care? You're flying, and these people don't have the ability to fly. They're looking up at you from the ground, and they don't understand the full picture. And the fact of the matter is, they never will. In their eyes, you're gonna seem crazy, and you're gonna seem excessive until you win. And then all of a sudden, they'll start envying you. I legitimately will not take any shit or any advice from someone who's not going out there and doing something. If you're just sitting on the bleachers and talking shit, then your voice literally carries no value to me. And for context, what I count as going out there doing something is probably different than you think. I'm not talking about achieving greatness in a super grand sense. I think going out there and doing something is just very simply doing what you want. There are people that I know out there that absolutely love fast food jobs, and they would love to work a fast food job for the rest of their lives. And power to them. These people are in a happy spot. They're not reaching for more. They don't want more. And that is completely okay. Their desires aren't any lesser than mine in any way. But when you actively want more in life, when you're all talk about so many things in life, and you just don't do anything to get what you want, I kind of just look at that and just say, just shut up. I really just don't care. If you've never been in the ring before, you never get to comment on technique. That reminds me of yet another quote that I have put on my desktop. This one is by Theodore Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who never know victory nor defeat. Holy shit, what a powerful message. I absolutely love that quote. I stole that from Jay Schlatt. He is the one who kind of brought that up, and that is a very important quote in his life too. And it's just a top tier quote and rule of life for absolutely anyone who makes anything, who goes out and does anything, because there are always going to be these annoying ass little gnats that want to comment on what you're doing and want to try and shoot you in the foot because their lives fucking suck. But you know what? Fuck them. You have literally zero reason to care about what they're doing because you're doing things that they could only dream of doing. So if you're going out there hunting for something, pursuing something, wanting to be something, just don't let all these people around you bother you, even if they're family members, especially if they're family members. They think that being in your family automatically gives them the right to comment on anything and everything you do, but you know, something that changed my life is you can legitimately just tell them that you're not asking for their opinion. Like, they're gonna ask what's going on in your life and you're gonna tell them, and then they're gonna start giving you advice or telling you how to do the thing that you've been doing for way longer than them. And if they do that, just straight up tell them like, hey, with all due respect, I'm not asking for your opinion. You just asked what was going on in my life, and don't sit here and tell me this stuff. I'm just not interested. And some people can take offense to it, but most family members will adjust over time and they'll just be like, yeah, I just won't give unsolicited advice. And a decent amount of family members might actually come around to it and completely understand why you do that. If people end up cutting you off because of that, who cares? Like, I have to be so real with you. If they're gonna completely cut you off because of that, that is a blessing on your part. You're very clearly drawing a boundary and they are just stepping past it with zero care. And if drawing boundaries can end a relationship, then you shouldn't have that relationship in the first place. It just isn't healthy. And I also think that it can be the death of a lot of people's hopes and dreams. Because I know my family members generally tried to push me on a more traditional path before. And I know they did it for good reason and they did it because they cared, but ultimately it wasn't what I wanted to do. No matter what their intentions were, no matter if they loved me, completely disregarding what someone wants in life and trying to get them to do something else is a complete asshole move. Like, you will talk to people and tell them stuff about like, oh, my family member said this. And they'll be like, well, they say that because they love you and they care about you. It's like, all right, but they're still an asshole for it. Like, that doesn't give them the pass. The fact of the matter is that this is my life. And if other people are gonna sit here and give their unwarranted opinions and everything on it, then those people don't need to be in my life. There are some rare exceptions where some people can give legitimately great advice. And of course, always be open to it. But if people are outright telling you what to do and not just suggesting things or giving you some ideas, that is just a big red zone for me. Like, I am literally the one living my life, experiencing every second with every little bit of context intact. And I'm not even 100% sure of where to go in my life. So why can you hear a story for 15 minutes about my situation and think that you suddenly know the answer after 2 seconds of thinking to a problem that you've never encountered before? You and your family members probably live in totally different worlds. The most healthy thing you can possibly do is draw that line and stop caring about what they say, and also try to gain a little bit of confidence in yourself. I mean, like, seriously, go and watch some Kanye interviews or something. I don't know, man. That's what fixed me. Go and watch Marty Supreme. I've been pretty damn confident this year once I started doing all that. But yeah, anyways, I didn't really know what to talk about today, and this kind of topic has been on my mind, so I just got in front of the mic and decided to yap about it for a little bit. I hope that it helps someone out there. On screen right now are my other projects, so please consider checking them out. Videos are going to be released on both channels soon. The left is my main channel, and the right is my second channel. Thank you for tuning into Toxic TV, and as always, I will see you guys tomorrow.